Well, hello there. My name is Jason Cardamone, and I want to do a quick shout out to Michael Burnoff and his HIT certification. That stands for Human Interaction Technology Certification. So I have my certification here, and I was just looking through this, and I realized it was just a year ago from the date of this video where I received my certification and went through HIT for my first time. And as I was reflecting back on the last year of my life, and ironically enough, the next HIT is starting here in a couple hours from when I'm shooting this video. I'm reflecting back on my life in this last year, and I got a very, very deep sense of gratitude, of fulfillment, as I started to realize how much my own life and the lives of everybody around me has been touched in a very deep and profound way. So if you pay attention for the next 1 minute and 13 seconds, I will be at the end of this video and you will see how this material can have a drastic impact on the direction of your life, because as the sounds from my voice are hitting your eardrums, they're causing reactions, chemical reactions within your brain. And as that continues, you're going to start to see the big possibilities and what can actually happen throughout your life. So in this past year, as I was reflecting back, my health is the best it's ever been. I'm eating cleaner than I ever have in my life. I have more energy than I even had before, and that's a lot if you can't tell already. My relationships, not just with my spouse, my children, with all of my neighbors, our community here, my business partners, my clients, has really been impacted on a very deep level. And on top of all that, my income has never felt so safe and secure. But here's what's really interesting. The things a year ago that used to knock me off track, that used to really, like let's say a given circumstance, the old Jason from a year ago, an event would happen and I would perceive that as something that's like a major life challenge. Well, here's what's very interesting. Even just 3 days ago, a big event happened that a year ago would have completely derailed me. And it was like a tiny little bump in the road. And that's one of the small little things happening as my brain is taking all this information in because of what I've learned from the trainings of HIT. And what's even cooler, a year ago, I had the opportunity to speak to a group of entrepreneurs like a week after my certification. And if you know entrepreneurs like I do, they're like bouncing off the walls. It's the hardest group of people ever to get to pay attention and focus. So what happened over those 45, 50 minutes as I was presenting the material to them, the entire room was completely engaged and literally every set of eyeballs would not leave me. And I'd never had that experience my entire life. And what's more interesting and more important to you and to me is that I was engaged with these people. I wasn't just all in my head and like on my material and worried about that. I was worried about, are these people getting the message I'm trying to deliver? And if that's not even the right message, how can I change that so they do get it, so they do get the impact that they're looking for? That's all from HIT, and I got some of the biggest compliments literally of my entire life following that, and it was literally all from the material I had learned that became a deep sense of who I am as a part of HIT. So whether you're already going to HIT, you're already enrolled, if you're not enrolled yet, I highly encourage you to get in. And if you're one of those people who's about to walk in the room here in the next couple hours, just be aware this material it will become a part of who you are. It starts to become such a deep part of your unconscious mind and your way of being that literally everything transformed. Because until I had sat down and realized it was only 1 year and 1 day ago when I first went through this material, I'm starting to tear up here to realize it's such a deep part of me, guys. I haven't even realized how much have changed. I've changed so much, it's just a part of my being, and I look at things differently, and people in my life are noticing all these changes, but it was just a part, like it just happened. And that's literally how fast things happen. And so I really look forward to your journeys, hearing all about your experience with HIT. And I wanted to share this with you because this material, it gets my very highest endorsement that I've ever given anything because of its ability to transform your life just like it's done with mine.